Hello everyone, myself is Umrez, working as an Assistant Professor, Department of MBA, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. I am going to discuss the subject Marketing Management. In today's session, we will discuss about Introduction to Marketing Management. Now, first let us have a look on the basic elements that we are going to discuss in today's session. That is the overview. We will start the session by understanding the basic terminology related to marketing. Then we will discuss about meaning and definition of marketing. Then we will conclude today's session with 4 P's of marketing. Now, let us start with basic terms related to marketing. So when we are going to understand the subject marketing management, we should have the idea about certain basic elements, terms related to marketing. That will start with the first element that we have, need. Marketing starts with identification of need and it will end with fulfillment of need. Now, what is a need? Needs represents the basic human requirements. Now, these requirements are unlimited in nature. For example, I need a laptop, I need a car, an individual need a luxury jewelry. So, there are number of needs that an individual will have. And these needs are in a way that once one need has been fulfilled, we will generate another need. So, does any company can fulfill all the needs of an individual? No. So, only then we will have the next step, that is wants of the individual. Now, what are the wants? Wants represents desire to have a product. Every individual, everybody want to have a luxury car, but do all the people will purchase that car? Do all such type of individual able to become the customers to a car manufacturing unit? No. Yes, when we can purchase, when there is a strongest need is present, such a strongest need as we will call them as desire. Decides to have a product, strongest need has to be present. For example, my mobile is not working, I need a mobile now. Ultimately, what happened within a day or two, definitely I will buy that one. Why? It is the strongest need for me. I need a car. That can be even postponed. I may not purchase in a day or two or a month or a year. So it might take time. So strongest needs only can able to create the demand, and only such type of people will purchase. Now, what's the difference between the demand and want? Wants might not have the willingness and ability to pay. Strongest need is present, but the person might not able to pay for that product. Now, when the want is supported by desire, willingness and ability to pay, then only such type of individuals can able to generate demand for a product. And every company is going to focus on these kind of customers only. That means the people who can able to create the demand, those people will become their potential customers. Now, what the company will do to fulfill the demand of the individual is they will provide a product to the customer. What is a product? Product represents bundle of benefits. Any entity that is providing benefit to any of the individual in the universe, then all such type of elements that we will call them as products only. Now, what a company is doing with this product, they are exchanging that with the customers. Now, does any company is providing any product at free of cost to the customers? No, they are just exchanging that with customers. Now, what is the process of exchanging? We are giving the product to the customer to fulfill their need, and in return, we are taking the money from the customers that have approximately same value, such type of elements as we will exchange. Now, why we are exchanging these goods and services with the customers? In order to provide value to the customers. Now, what we frequently use the term value customer, providing the value to the customers and all. What is a value? Value represents tangible and intangible benefits offered to the customers. For example, a customer has purchased a pen. What is the benefit that the company is providing to the customer? The company is providing a benefit to write on a paper. Whereas there are different types of services that we have, maintenance services that we have. Now, what is the benefit that the customer is getting from that one? The maintenance that is clean, whatever the purpose of maintenance that have been fulfilled. That is intangible benefit that we are going to provide to the customers. So, this is value. And why we are providing the value to the customer? The ultimate goal of marketing, that we can say that satisfaction. Now, what is representing satisfaction? How can we define satisfaction? It represents fulfillment of expectations. Whenever any company is fulfilling the expectations of the individuals, then we will call that as satisfaction. The satisfaction does not include in the quality of the product, price, quantity, etc. It is just the expectation. That means how do we develop such expectations? Depending upon how much money that we have contributed for a product. For example, we have purchased a use and throw pen. Can I expect that pen will, by paying only 5 rupees, that I have purchased a use and throw pen? Can I expect a rubber grip on that product? May not be, because as a customer I'll think that if it is writing smoothly for a short period of time, that will be enough for me. But whereas if I have purchased a pen by spending 200 rupees on a product, in that case what happened, our expectations will be high. So satisfaction, both the expensive pen worth of 200 rupees, customer satisfied, even the use and throw pen worth of 5 rupees, this customer is also satisfied. It depends upon not the quality, quantity, performance of that product, what kind of expectations that the customer is expecting from our product. If we are able to fulfill that, that we will call them as satisfaction. So these are basic terms that we will use in the subject marketing management. Now let us define marketing management, and before that we will discuss about what is the meaning of this marketing management. Marketing, now marketing starts, as we said, it will start with human needs. So we will take anything in this universe, all the products are addressing certain needs of the product. So every company need to identify what are the basic requirements of the individuals. Now all these needs we have identified, how can we fulfill these needs? Yes, the company will develop, a product needed to be identified that is going to fulfill the need of the individuals. Now we have a product. Who will develop this product? The organizations will develop, manufacturing units will develop this product. Need will be addressed by a product. These products will be manufactured by company. Now what the companies are doing, just they are developing the product and leaving? No, they have to promote that product, and at the same time they are also taking the responsibility to distribute the product to their customers. Now why they are either developing or else promoting or distributing that product? Ultimately to satisfy the customers. Now what they are satisfying? Again, human needs has to be satisfied. Okay, we have a need identified, product developed, we have distributed the product, now the customer is happy with our product. Thus it is the end of that one? No, again another need will be created. So we can conclude from this that marketing is a continuous process. So as long as a company able to identify and provide a product, address the customer needs effectively, they'll continue for a longer period of time in the market. So this is the basic meaning of marketing. Now how can we define the marketing? There are many authors have given the definition for marketing in many different ways. One of the basic definition that we will consider, that is defined by Philip Kotler, who is considered as father of modern marketing. So he is the father of marketing and he has given the basic definition for marketing. Now what is that? He has used the various terms to address the marketing. He said that he defined marketing as it is a science and art. Now what is science and what is art? Science represents the knowledge. That means in order to attract the customers, we should know the mentality, psychological mindset of the customers. It is scientific phenomena that we have. We need to give the advertisement, design the advertisements. We need to use the technologies. That means marketing is a scientific process. I got a degree of marketing. That means I have science, knowledge I have. Can everybody whoever holding the degree of marketing able to become the marketers? No, he also included another word, that is art. What is art? Application of knowledge. Everybody have the knowledge, but how we will apply that knowledge in order to fulfill our requirements, that we'll call it as art. So it is a science as well as art. What includes in that science or art? It is exploring. What we need to explore? Explore the needs of the individuals. Why we need to explore? To identify which need that I can able to fulfill. Now, by identifying, by exploring those needs, what the companies are doing? They are creating. They are developing a product for fulfilling, addressing that needs of the customers, and at the same time they are also delivering value to satisfy the needs of target market at a profit. Now they are developing the product, they are delivering the product. Why they are undertaking these activities? Ultimately to satisfy the needs of customers. How they are fulfilling the needs? Here we have another element, that is profit. No marketing, no business activity can be conducted at free of at a no profit margin. As why? Because they have to survive. Today we have as a newly entered person in the market, we are going to provide the product at less price to the customers, at no profits to the customers. But how long that the organization will be continued? So for the survival of the organization, profit is the most essential element. So every marketing, every business will focus on offering the product to the customers to satisfy them by gaining certain amount of profit. And Philip Kotler added few more elements to the marketing, that says that marketing identifies unsatisfied needs and desires. So there are many needs that we have. There are, and at the same time, among these needs, many other competitors might have addressed certain needs of the customers. If we two are entering into the same area, then it will be very difficult to the survival, and it is a challenging task to the organization. So it is suggested that identify the needs of the customers that are not yet fulfilled and decides. Now, what we need to do with these needs and wants? We need to select the segment. How? It defines, measures, and quantifies. There are certain needs of the customers, like in a 1 lakh customers, there are 10 people required our product. Can I start manufacturing a product to this 10 people, 10 individuals? Either that might be a luxury product or a economical product. Does it is profitable to the organization? May not be. Why? Those 10 people among 1 lakh people is a very small sample size that we have. In that case, after developing the product, they may or they may not prefer or buy our product. In that case, it is a loss to the organization. To select the specific segment, as Philip Kotler has given that, select a segment that will fulfill 3 basic characteristics, that is define, measure, and quantifies. The segment that we have, it is clearly able to define for which segment of customers you are going to address with respect to age, income levels, their qualifications, or else their job, etc., etc. And at the same time, whatever the size of that market we are going to address, it should be in a way that it should be measurable and at the same time quantifiable. There should be a quantity needed to be expressed with respect to that segment. The size of identified market and profit potential. It should have profit generation ability. It pinpoints which segment that the company is capable of serving best and is designed and promotes the appropriate product or service. The organization need to select the product, select the needs of the customers in which they are capable of fulfilling. For example, if we will take a Philips, which is a manufacturing of lighting systems that we have. If the Philips is going to enter into manufacturing of a soap, can it will be succeeded? There is a need of a certain X category of soap by the customers, but still it might not be possible for a Philips to fulfill that one. So identify the segment in which it is a capacity or it will comes under the scope of business. So this is a basic definition given by Philip Kotler. And another definition given we will discuss, that is given by AMA, that is American Marketing Association. It defines marketing as it is an activity, set of institution and processes. Activity means is like other activities of a business like R&D, production, HRM, finance, other departments. Is marketing is also one of the basic activity of a business, and at the same time it is a combination of set of different institutions will be combined in this one. What they are doing a process. Now what includes in that process? The process starts with creating, communicating, and delivering. Creating the product, communicating about the product to the customers, and at the same time providing the product to their customers, and exchanging, offering here is nothing but product, that we can say offerings in marketing terms that we will use as product. Exchanging that have value for their customers, clients, partners, and society at large. So providing a product that is valuable to the customers. This is another definition given by AMA, that is American Marketing Association. So this is the basic definitions of marketing. Now let us move to the next topic, that is what are marketable products. As we said, there are different elements that we have under a product. Like a product might be a good, it might be a service, it might be different events that we have, experiences, persons, places, properties, organizations, and even ideas. So about all these elements is we will discuss about these elements in future under different types of products. Now move on to the next last topic, that is marketing mix. Marketing mix represents the various factors, controllable variables that are the basis for conducting the various marketing activities. So it is a set of controllable variables. Why we will call them as controllable variables? Because these are under the scope of a business, under the scope of an organization to gain the competition, to succeed in the market. For anything as the organization can able to change that whenever that they require, they want to change. So it is there as our controllable factors and their levels that the firm use to influence the target market. So these are the various elements that a company, a business unit is undertaking in order to influence their target customers. Now what are those elements that we have? Simply we will call them as 4 P's of marketing, which is the basis for the marketing. They include product, price, place, and the last one we have promotion. These 4 are logically related to each other. For example, the first one that we have, it is product. What is a product? Anything that is providing a benefit to their customers. Now, every product, without product, is it possible to do the marketing? Impossible. Whenever I'll representing a business organization to my customers, then the customer immediately asks me that, tell me what is your product, for which you are selling, for which you are advertising something. So product is the base for marketing. Without product, there is no marketing activity. Chalo, we'll have this product first element. Now I am addressing my target customers with a product. Now whenever I reach to them, they'll immediately ask a question, that is, what is its price? At what price that we need to buy that product. So every product, for doing the marketing, because we are not going to offer the product at free of cost to the customers, we are going to sell the product. So price is very essential for selling a value of a product. Now once we have even fixed certain value of a product, the third element that we have, it is place. Now we have developed a product, we have fixed certain value to that product. The third element, from where that the customers can buy that product. The product should be available in a market at some place for purchase of that customer. That we'll call it as place. And the fourth element that we have, it is promotion of a product. Promotion represents, okay, developed a product, fix certain price to that product, and we have already placed that product in the market. But how do the customer know that the product is available in the market? It is a responsibility of the marketers to communicate about the availability of the product to their target customers. That we'll call it as promotions. Now a brief introduction about all these 4, like a product. A company needed to develop a product that is addressing customer needs. There are many people will face certain difficulties in succeeding their business, in running their business operations. Why? Because they have developed a product, might be it is a quality product, reasonable prices, etc., etc. But still, why they are unable to succeed means the product is not requirement of their target customers. So always develop a product that is the basic need of customers. Now while designing this product, certain basic aspects need to be considered, like features of the product, its packaging, labeling, branding, warranty, quality, etc. And here one of the example that we can talk about with respect to the product, that is Apple iPhone, which they are promoting themselves based upon the features, one of the characteristic of a product. This is the first P of marketing mix. And the second P that we have, as we said, price of that product. Now, how we need to fix the price of a product? Just we need to consider whatever the expenses that the company spent to manufacture that product? No. We need to consider price. While fixing the price, customer cost. It should be the ability of the customer to pay for that product. Otherwise, what happens? There is no demand for such product, even though it is a basic requirement of that respective segment. So what is price? It is a value charged from customers in exchange of goods and services. So in order to exchange what we are as a marketer taking from the customer, that is the price of a product. While fixing the price, the marketing managers need to consider the various aspects like list price. What is a list price means? Simply we'll call that as MRP of a product, and at the same time, are you going to offer any kind of discounts, allowances to the customers? All these kind of elements need to be fixed while fixing the price of a product. Now, one of the example that we can talk about Netflix here. Netflix, what happened? It is offering its product to the different segment people at a different prices. Basically, some people want to have many more, devices that they want to access. Some people need your services only for one device. So, depending upon the requirements of the segment, as they are offering that product at different prices. Now, move to the next one. That is the third P of marketing. It is place. Where we need to place that product. Making what is place means it is a channels of distribution that allows the customer to buy the product, or making the product in such a way that it is available, it can be easily accessible to the customer to purchase. Now, while placing that product in a market, yes, the marketers need to take certain key decisions related to channels like online or offline or both hybrid that you want to use to place your product. Next one, what is the location where you want to place your product? Target audience prefer to shop. Do you want to place your product in the shopping malls, in kirana stores, in a bookstores, where it is? So locations need to be finalized, and at the same time inventory. How much quantity should be available? Minimum and maximum quantities that has to be decided, and at the same time geographical areas. That is, you want to make your product to be available only to the local customers, national or international. So these are the key decisions the marketing managers has to take with respect to place of a product. One of the example we will discuss, we listed here, that is Starbucks that we have. It is one of the reputed brand that we have. Now, how they will select the place in the traffic area so that they can able to get more and more customers towards their product. And the last P that we have, it is promotion of a product. Now, what is promotion means? Promotion represents communicating about the product to our ultimate customers. So it is ways through which the marketers communicate the product value to their customers. Why to communicate? There are different objectives of communication that we have, like three that we have here, like informing, persuading and reminding. Informing to the customers that my product is available in the market. Go and search for that product if you require. Persuade, it represents that attracting the customers, because there are many other competitive brands are already available in the market. Now I want to attract the customers towards my brand. That is persuasion that we have. And the last one that we have, it is reminding. What is reminding? When do the customer can rebuy the product, repurchase that product? When they are satisfied with that. In the process of satisfaction, one element that we have, we need to give the assurance to the customers that they have selected a right product. Such type of advertisements, as we'll call them as reminding advertisements. So these are the three basic objectives of communication, that is informing, persuading and reminding. Now, how can we do all these elements? By using various elements which we will call them as promotional mix. Like the first one we have advertising. Now, what are these elements? In future sessions, as we will discuss, we'll have an in-depth discussion about all these aspects. Now, what are the elements of promotion mix? That is advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, direct marketing, publicity and public relations. So these are the basic elements that we will use in order to promote or communicate our product to our ultimate customers. One of the example, it is Nike. Nike is communicating about their brand to the customers by using their tagline, that is just go for it. So this is all about today's session. We will conclude this session here with a just review on the 4 P's and associated 4 C's. Now, product needed to be fixed according to the customer need. Price needed to be fixed based upon the cost of customer. Place, decide according to the convenience of the customer. And the last one, promotion of a product, communication about the product to their customers. This is what for today's session. In the next session, we will discuss about importance and scope of marketing. Thank you.